What is up, everybody? Hunter with Lost Socket Garage, and today we are doing a very highly requested video. This is the 67 and 68 bracket kit install video for your Fastbacks. So let's look at some brackets. Like I said, this is a really highly requested video. This is kind of like one of the last steps that you're going to do when you finish your Coupe to Fastback conversion. This is a good video for those of you that have Fastbacks out there, but you need to replace the bracket on it, or you're replacing metal that has brackets on it. So we'll show you the placement of the bracket kit. Also for you guys doing Coupe to Fastback conversions, when you're doing a bracket kit, understand it's fairly important because this is actually what all of your interior trim screws into. When you order a bracket kit, the main issue is you get something like this. You get a massive bag of, 30 brackets or so. This one's actually 65, 66, 67, 68 comes in a box, but still, you get the point. There's a lot of brackets in here. There's not really any videos showing you where to put the brackets. In fact, when Lost Socket Garage was starting, we had to Google search photos, we had to find people with Fastbacks just to get all of the bracketry, all of the bracket measurements, etc. So it's really hard to track this stuff down. That's why I want to do the video. So what is the bracket kit on? Well, guys, you may recognize this as Oscar, the green trash can that is now not a trash can anymore. We are almost done in sending Oscar down the road. We've made a few changes. Shelby tail panel, we went ahead and threw in. We have a Shelby deck lid and quarter panel extensions that are gonna go with it. We're basically at the point right now with this car where I am about ready to throw epoxy prime on the entire interior, underneath, outside, etc. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw Raptor lining on the inside and underneath of this car. But we've gone through, we've seam sealed. Like I said, your bracket kit is like one of your last steps. So starting from the back of the car, let's take a look at where your brackets are going. Okay, so your bracket kit basically comes in two different flavors. You have your brackets that you're going to screw in, you have your brackets that you're going to weld in. We're going to take a look at the ones that you screw in first because typically they're the easiest. So, cameraman Derry, let's look at the very rear first of the screw in. These big tabs, so keep in mind, guys, this whole space can be used to mount a screw in for this back panel. So you don't have to get like measurements right on. Basically, we center this one and then we kind of eyeball these two, but remember, you don't have to be right on because you can use this entire space to mount your interior panel screw to. The side assemblies actually have pre-drilled holes in them that show you exactly where these smaller brackets go. So the taller ones, these are the same shape. The taller ones going back, the shorter ones go right here, and then there will be two holes in each of these sections to go ahead and just screw this in. Same deal with this. This kind of, I don't know why this always reminded me of like a fire extinguisher mount. Right? Yeah. Your rear panel's attached to this, so basically you get these two funky little ones and you have to kind of bend them a little bit, but essentially the big end, the one with the funky offshoot, goes forward. Again, these are pre-drilled holes inside of this side assembly. Okay, so moving forward with our screw-in bracketry, you will respect my authority, on our B-pillar. These ones, you're going to find a few that are at an angle. These angles go forward. Again, you can use this entire space to mount your inner panels too. Same thing goes right here. Again, these are pre-drilled holes in your side assembly. Just make sure that all your faces are going that way. So this one's pre-drilled, little guy here, big guy right there. Same thing on the other side. Next are your headliner brackets. So this center bracket, these again are all screw-in. I mean, you can weld these in too if you really want, but make sure here, if you're going to screw these in on either side, you don't use a long screw because you'll actually end up hitting the roof, and that's a bad time for everybody. So you throw a screw in here. There is a pre-drilled screw pre-drilled hole right here. This one you kind of have to eyeball, and you split the difference between right here and mount it straight up there. Okay, so starting on the weld-in brackets. You're going to have, so if you're a Coupe to Fastback guy, chances are you're going to have leftover brackets. Don't be scared. This isn't like a transmission install where you have like an extra bolt left over and you're like, You'll have extra brackets. It's totally fine, but the rest of these are going to be weld-in brackets. The ones that you're probably not going to use if you're doing a Coupe to Fastback conversion are going to be these front brackets. Okay, so this one is for your rear view mirror and your sun visor mount, and then in each corner is this is mirror, and then this is sun visor mount on either side. Now, if you're doing a Coupe to Fastback conversion, you're probably never going to touch these, so don't worry about them, but they do come in the bracket kit. And basically with this center one, there's a hole in your forward support right here, and you just center this tiny little bracket right here. These, again, they're in a corner, so they kind of fit where they fit naturally. Okay, so starting off with the other welded brackets, the ones that you're going to have to worry about. The best step here is to actually have your interior panel. Go ahead and get these, you'll need it. They are different from Coupe to Fastback, so buy Fastback ones. And essentially what you're going to do is, after you have your weld-in ones, or your screw-in ones, you're ready to get to this bottom bracket, all you're going to do is essentially fit up your inner panel like this against the B-pillar where you want it, and then you're going to have your bracket set in below. Now you can kind of do like a ballpark measurement here, but where the panel actually mounts is these little grooves right here. So essentially what you're doing is you're mounting this up to get a rough idea where this bottom bracket goes, set it in there, and then you can kind of move it and then weld it in from there. What this is also going to do is it's going to allow you to check your measurement on this rear latch. So let's take this panel out. So moving upwards, that's how we set this distance. Moving up, we want to do this one next. This is for the latch for your fold down seat. So there's basically a little plate that mounts here, and there's a latch that sticks out to lock your fold down seat. So this is mounted, essentially you want it level with the car, and you want it about 2 1/4 inches off of the wheel well, lip right here. But the main thing is you want this level with the rest of the car. And the way that this bracket is, it kind of has a bend in it, and it'll kind of fit in a certain place. You'll kind of feel it. You can always double check it, again, by mounting up your interior panel, and then there's that section that's cut out of it that you can have your bracket on to make sure it's in the right spot. Okay, so I wanted to put a quick disclaimer on this video right here, because those brackets, if you are running a stock inner wheel well, you don't have to worry. That's exactly where you put them. But if you are running mini tubs, like this product from Mustangs to Fear, if you're trying to run a wider tire back there and you're running mini tubs, or you're going to be running mini tubs, your mounts are actually going to be a little bit different. Now, there's a ton of mini tub kits out there. We're going to be doing a mini tub video on the Golden Nugget, so subscribe. But with the Mustangs to Fear mini tub kit, you actually don't have to modify the rear fold down seat. Most mini tub kits you do. You have to like cut like 1 inch to 2 inches out, redo everything. It's a pain in the ass. These you don't have to, which is awesome. And they even come with new mounts for your latch. But the catch there is you have to do the mini tubs, get everything installed first, and then put in your back seat, your fold down seat, and then install your rear latch. So that's my quick disclaimer. So this is your rear latch. Down here, this bracket, again, this is something that we're going to level with the rest of the car, and then we're going to put it about 2 1/2 inches off of this inner wheel well to the edge of the bracket, so about 2.5 inches. Then just weld it in. Back to this. This is another fold down bracket. And essentially with this one, I'll take the camera there. Essentially with this one, this little L points out, and you essentially just kind of line it up right here with this drop down. Okay, so once you have all that done, these ones have like a little area that they sit into. They go down. This is again for your fold down seat. Most all of your brackets are like seat and interior panel related towards the back of the car. So here, this actually has a little slot. When this isn't here, you can actually see on the transmission tunnel, or the transition tunnel, that there's a little groove right here. So you set these in facing down. Seat brackets, and give you a close-up. Sorry, all this is painted, so I want to make sure you know what it looks like. And basically all you do, this is your rear floor pan. Okay, here's your first ridge right here. And all you do is essentially line it up with this secondary ridge. Now we haven't done it on that side because we had to actually patch that section, but there should be a little ridge right here. Set that bracket in there. One more bracket. This is again the trapdoor bracket, and essentially this is how it looks when it's mounted. You flush it up right there. It sets right against that ridge. Throw a weld in it, and that bottom L piece points down. So this is how your trapdoor bracket should look. So that's your bracket kit. If you enjoy the content, if this short video helped you at all, if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to support the channel further, consider joining our community or buying merch, lostsocketgarage.com. Or join us on Patreon. This car is going to be going down the road. We'll probably do like 1 or 2, maybe more videos on Oscar. This was a really good example for you guys of how to do the bracket kit. And this is, like I said, one of the very, very last steps that you're going to take. So if you're to this video and you're following along and installing these brackets, congratulations, because you're about at the end of your Coupe to Fastback conversion.
It's been 84 years.
All that's left on this bad boy is to prime it and throw some Raptor lining, some sound deadening, do that stuff, and send her down the road. So we'll do a couple more videos on Oscar. We have a lot of cool projects coming down the pike. Next one, we're probably going to be taking a look at the Golden Nugget and installing full engine panels on it. So subscribe for more content. That's it for us today at Lost Socket Garage. Thank you so much for your support. I truly, truly hope that this video helped you. Until next time, do what you love. Don't be a dick. And as always, never be tamed. Peace.